Why do we women put ourselves through such pain? Are high heels really worth it? Well, joining us to discuss is former Apprentice contestant Joanna Jarjue. Is that how I spell it? Yeah, thank you. I check with you every time, don't I? And I still get it wrong. Who says high heels can be oppressive, and fashion designer Karen Millen, who says they make women feel confident. So you're wearing high heels today, though, aren't you? Even though you don't like them. Why have you put them on today?
I do like them, but actually it's quite ironic because I always say that I've been trained to wear high heels because one of my first jobs was actually for a really popular shoe brand, and part of the uniform was wearing high heels. And I think that's the reason why I can withstand them. So for me, on a personal level, I think, you know, high heels are great and they make me feel good. But I think the issue with this in particular is the fact that as women, I think we're not a monolith. So not every woman is like me. Not every woman dresses like me. So it doesn't mean that every woman will necessarily, like, appreciate what heels do for me on a personal level. So I think it's quite dangerous to kind of say, OK, this is the standard that we're going to set for all women, and this is what you kind of have to adhere to be able to get to a certain, I guess, dress code.
Karen, do you think that often women have to wear high heels because that's what's expected of them?
I think it's a freedom of choice, and I think it all depends on the confidence of that person. For me, yes, I wear heels. I don't find them oppressive. I choose to wear them, probably because I'm only 5'2", well, 1.5, I always say 2. So I feel I need the height. I've also got rather large feet for my height, so wearing flat shoes are not that flattering.
But then would you judge a woman if you saw her at a special occasion who wasn't wearing heels?
No, not really. If she's got the confidence to be able to wear whatever shoes she wants and it works with what she's wearing, then no, I wouldn't judge her. And I think we're probably categorising heels as being killer heels like these, for instance, when a heel doesn't have to be a stiletto. It just has to give you a little bit of height and, you know, create a little bit of elegance.
Do you ever, though, Karen, if you're getting prepared to go out for a big business meeting, you're going for a night out, do you ever look at your shoes and shudder and just think, oh, I'm going to have 5 hours in these. These are going to, as beautiful as they look and as tall as they're going to make me feel and as powerful they're going to make me feel, I know I'm going to be suffering by the time I take them off.
Well, a bit like you, Jen, I've conditioned myself to wear them because I've been short. So I've always actually, you know, wore shoes when I've gone out, or I used to go shopping in heels.
So you never mind?
So it didn't really bother me. But now, sort of in my latter years, I do find wearing heels more painful. And so I do opt for those occasions when I don't mind suffering for a while.
It's interesting that you use the word conditioned, that you're aware that you've been conditioned and I've been conditioned to think that there's a particular standard that we should, you know, kind of fit into.
It's just the way I feel within myself, I think. It's not how anyone else sort of looks at me. I think it's just how I feel. And I think I don't dress for other people. I dress for the way I want to look.
Yeah, but then that's you. That's not all women. So I think, you know, women like us who do enjoy wearing heels, setting the standard for everybody, I think, is quite dangerous. And when I was reading the article, actually, with Michelle Obama, I think there was a bit where she said, oh, we kind of looked at each other and bonded and kind of said, oh, we can't wait for this event to be over. And there is nothing more distracting than throbbing feet. So I think in those kind of situations where a woman's supposed to be, you know, enjoying herself at a special occasion or a big job interview, for example, the worst thing that you can do is put her in a position that a man wouldn't necessarily be, where she feels she has to leave early, or, you know, somebody's speaking to her and her mind is somewhere else.
But so do you think really what we should be looking at, redesigning the design of high-heeled shoes to some extent? Because actually there are some that are comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be a stiletto. It can be a block heel, which is more comfortable. I mean, look at Theresa May. She's, you know, an elegant woman, but she doesn't wear stilettos. But no one, well, they do criticise her, perhaps.
If there's a dress code and somebody's wearing a smart shoe, surely that should just be the bare minimum. If somebody thinks that, OK, you know, I'm wearing this outfit, actually, no block heel and just a flat shoe would look better with it. I think in society we put ourselves in a situation where other people will look at that woman and say, oh, actually, you don't have a heel on, so you're not dressed up enough.
What did you make, Karen, of Emma Thompson turning up for her honorary ceremony at Buckingham Palace? She was wearing her trainers.
I think perhaps I would have put even like a little kitten heel or something that was
She was making a
bit more
statement, I
dressy.
suspect, wasn't she?
Yeah, I
do you
guess
think?
so. I mean,
Her thing.
But we do have freedom of choice. But yeah, I wouldn't have done that. No.
What do you think, Joanna, when you saw that? When you saw the pictures of Emma Thompson?
It isn't something that I would do in terms of personal preference, but at the same time, I just think, who am I to judge? And I think, obviously, we watch TV, and actually, I think it's even more dangerous that we kind of put women in this position where we think, OK, you have to wear heels, but then not everybody has had, I guess, the classical training like I have. And then you have some women that then, you know, are kind of hobbling in their
what
heels.
this training
Look at
is.
Nicole
Well, you
Kidman.
get walked up and down in heels for ages and learn how to walk in them.
It's basically, you know, 4 hours, 8 hours on the shop floor where it was part of my uniform and I couldn't wear anything else. But then there's other women who then can't walk in their heels and they get judged. So it's kind of like, well, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
But then why did you choose to work in a shoe shop?
No, for me, I love shoes and I love heels, so it wasn't a problem for me. But what I'm saying is that not everybody
is in that position.
Yeah, not everybody has had that training where, OK, they know how to walk in heels. And some women, you know, think that they're more confident in them, and then other people will look at them, oh, look, she can't even walk in their heels, so they should just feel comfortable with whatever.
I've had some comments on this. Alison says, not every woman wants height. I'm 6 foot, so don't wear heels for that reason. It can make you too tall. Lacey says, I can't even keep high heels on my ridiculously narrow feet unless they're strappy. I just clip-clop round like an oversized toddler playing dresser. And then Becky says, some people can't wear heels. I've got very flat feet. I can't even wear the smallest block heel because my shoes have to be flat.
So it's not necessarily about what, you know, it's not oppressive. It's what's right for the individual. And you know,
I think as soon as you walk
points are because I'm short. I don't do it because of, you know, any social pressure. It's because I like to feel
good.
I think
taller.
it's subconscious, though, maybe, the social pressure.
Also,
For some people, yeah, I'm
the other
sure.
thing is, I imagine, both of you appreciate your clothes. Of course you do, you work in the fashion industry. You look at a pair of shoes, and look at a pair of high heels, and they are very beautiful items of clothing, aren't they? And you
They
look
make
at
your
them,
legs longer.
But you
That's why we wear them. They make your legs look longer.
They make you feel more elegant. They make you feel feminine. And that empowers you.
But like I
and
say,
that gives you the confidence. And I think that's
as
the
women,
key.
we're not a monolith. Not every woman wants to look feminine. Not every woman
No, they
wants
don't.
their... I mean,
But
I
no
want my
one's
legs
saying
to
that
look
they
longer.
have to. No one's saying you have to. It's
No,
not a
that's
rule.
true.
It's a choice.